seen out of him so far, keeping developing in the offensive line as a whole?
Well, Chris has had a great spring, doing a great job there. I think we had a setback on Saturday. You know, we lost Elijah Johnson with an extended knee injury. So that was a tough deal for us, and so now we got John Phillips back today, so we've had some real depth issues here right now that we're trying to battle back from, but Chris has developed well, the line's really come along well, but you know, we've got to, like always, man, you're in a hurry to try to develop, but you're hoping you can stay healthy, and this time of year the last thing you want to do is put the season in jeopardy with injury, so you know, those are the things we have to fight right now.
Is Phillips going to slot back in at right guard, or is he going to move over to left guard for now?
Yeah, I mean, he'll be at left guard right now.
Yeah. And who's got Austin Stevens and that crew's taking the right guard reps, right?
Well, right now, Phillips and Conti are taking those reps, and you know, Austin's taking a couple reps, so you know, because we still have Baker and Small out.
And you think Elijah will be out now for the rest of the spring?
Oh yeah. He had surgery on Monday.
Talk about the depth of the linebackers. You mentioned it a couple times before, but you know, what is the value you're seeing out of getting guys like Tucky Richardson in while
it's funny, we talked about the O-line, now we'll talk about linebackers. Richardson had surgery on last week. He'll be out for the rest of the spring. You know, he had a broken foot, so we had to get that fixed. No big deal, but he's going to miss the rest of the spring. So our depth is you know, Strahan already out. Our depth is getting lighter in there right now, which is typical for the spring, but so now those other guys are getting a lot of reps. You know, so.
Well, you know, you've dealt with that during the season a lot of times. What's the value of having it happen in spring so you have more guys ready for this?
Yeah, I mean, I think the value is you force yourself to get other guys on the field, but you know, you still miss the development, you know, of our players when they're out. You know, I mean, right now we're probably down about 9-10 starters in spring ball, which is a lot, you know, I mean, but it's not uncommon, but it's a lot. And it's good to get the young guys to work, but it's also good to keep the continuity in going. And sometimes, you know, we're really in a good place both sides of the ball with that. Now you kind of get a little bit shotgunned out of that a little bit. So, you know, it's not a big deal, but you know, you worry about, you know, by the time we get to the spring game, how many bodies we got left. You know?
Do you think because of these injuries you'll be able to hold the spring game like you usually will?
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'd say today we probably still could. I don't know what next week brings. You know, the minute you drop below 9 or 10 offensive linemen, it's almost impossible. So, you know, if we were to take too many more issues there, that might make it tough. We'll see.
I've talked to a couple of the guys, and they've really been talking about what they call a new up-tempo offense, you know, similar to the one you ran in the first half of the bowl game last year. What are some of those things that you're seeing as you continue to develop those new up-tempo things going forward?
I mean, I just think that the kids are getting more and more comfortable. The staff's getting more and more comfortable in terms of, you know, really enhancing and continue to grow within the structure, and so just, you know, getting better at it. You know, just getting better.
Is this a change in scheme or still a base pro style set?
Yeah, we're still the same pro style set. You know, we've added tempo in there, and you know, and just playing at a much faster pace. You know, our guys, our ones in spring ball every day are getting 75, 80 snaps. I mean, it's a lot. It's like, you know, playing. It's like we said in the bowl game, we got 62 snaps and a half. We usually would get 62 in a game. So, but along with that is such a learning curve of how to control your body and sustain, you know, your performance when you're really fatigued. And you really have to get used to that. It's difficult.
Why do you feel like you had to make that switch to the rest of the league, or because you find you have the guys you think you can really do it?
I think it's I mean, I kind of always wanted to do it. I just never felt we could because, you know, we were just on offense just so. When we first got here, it was about building fundamentals. And we had a good offensive line, and we needed to build their fundamentals and build a toughness, build a, you know, a base, so to speak. And then we went through the redevelopment. You know, we had all these young kids playing up front. I thought about it in year 3. You know, there's a real thought about just going there and more of a spread component. But I just thought it would be unfair to the defense, and our strength was on defense, and I didn't want to do that because you know, my whole thing here is it's about defense first. And then, but I think we're finally getting to the point now where we've, got our roster back where it should be. I think we can be more effective. We can handle that load better now. And we've built a base of fundamentals. My gripe on those offenses in the past has been, well, we're not like most. We're not one of those spread operations, but it's just the fundamentals sometimes going to hell in the handbasket because of fatigue. And you don't develop your team. And I don't ever want that to happen. But I think we have enough base now and enough fundamentals now that we can grow. We can handle that load. And so I think we're at the point in our program where it gives us an opportunity to have something different. Not that, tempo is not different, but our style of it is. And, and that's it. Nothing more to it than that. And, we could always go back and huddle. And there may be situations and times where that's going to be, something we need to do. But right now, we're working on it full time so that we can get a comfort level, with it. So otherwise you're in that Maryland deal where you just like get to the second half and you're like, wow, we're gassed, we can't function right now. You can't do that.
With the wide receiving core, is there anyone that you've seen during the spring that pops out as maybe someone who can really emerge as the #1 threat?
Several of them. I mean, you talk, Ben Glines has really had a phenomenal spring. I mean, he's becoming a playmaker. Jeff Smith has continued to grow. And Kobe White has really emerged as a guy that is a playmaker. I mean, he's dynamic. He's got tremendous hands. I mean, our tight ends too are catching the ball. Our tight ends are such a vital part of our throw game right now. And Mike Walker's out for the spring, so you're not seeing him. But a lot of guys. I mean, this is the best I've seen it. I mean, in terms of speed, athleticism, and productivity with the receivers, it's the best I've seen. So I mean, that's probably the most dramatic change, really. If you had to pick one thing, it would be that.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Okay. All right, guys.